Hello, welcome to Yoga Therapeutics. This week's class is focused on headache relief. So even though the last thing you might want to do when you do have a headache is anything, or especially exercising or getting on your mat, this practice is great for the prevention of headaches as well. So let's get started in a comfortable seated position. You can have your ankles crossed or soles of your feet together, but we're just gonna get grounded here and transition to our mats. So you can close your eyes, feel the sits bones underneath you. Don't be afraid to pull away some flesh from your seat to really feel your sits bones. Long spine, crown of your head is pulled towards the ceiling with that imaginary string. And the palms of your hands can come to your knees or heart center. Let's just take a couple breaths here. Deep breaths in through the nose, out through the nose, with relaxed shoulders. Become present in this moment, letting go of what you just came from or where you're going to after your practice. One more deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. And you can flutter your eyes open, and we'll remain in a seated position for some neck stretches and warm-ups. So let's inhale our left arm towards the ceiling, all the way over till our fingers or palm meets our right ear, and gently pull over to the left side. Now, if you keep your right hand on the mat or your fingertips on the mat, you can walk them out to the side and you'll feel a deeper stretch in your neck. Still practicing that long spine, still mindful of our shoulders away from our ears. Couple deep breaths here. And release and come back to center. We'll switch sides. Right arm towards the ceiling, all the way over to your left ear, and gently pull to the right. Again, if you walk your left fingertips out to the side, you'll feel that deeper stretch. One more deep breath here. And back to center. You can release your arm. And we'll remain seated for our next exercise. We'll inhale through the nose. Chin to chest. Exhale as you roll down and walk your hands out into a forward fold. Releasing your jaw. Releasing the tension in your forehead. And walk your hands back up to an upright position. We'll switch the cross of our legs. If your legs weren't crossed, you can just remain how you are. Inhale again through the nose. Chin to chest. Roll down. Walking your hands out and folding over your legs. And walk your hands back towards your legs. We'll come onto all fours. So our hips are above our knees and shoulders are above the wrists. We'll inhale, drop the belly, gaze forward, lift your tailbone. Exhale, arch your back, gaze towards your navel. Inhale. Exhale, push the mat away from you, arching your back. Inhale. Exhale. We'll do one more. Inhale. Exhale. And come back to a neutral spine. We're going to thread our right arm behind our left. Bring our right shoulder to the mat, right side of our face to the mat. And you can lean into this stretch, releasing that tension in your shoulders. And back up to all fours. We'll switch sides. So left arm behind the right, left shoulder to the mat. And back up to all fours. Bring your knees wide, feet closer together, and bring your seat back into a child's pose, reaching your arms forward, forehead to the mat. Really give yourself some intentional breath here, feeling your ribs expand and empty fully on the exhale. One more breath here. And back up to all fours. Let's inhale, tuck our toes. Exhale, push back into our first downward facing dog. Now we're gonna add some movement to this down dog. So on the inhale, our legs are straight. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, straight legs. Exhale, bent knees. You can continue this breath and movement. This is a great move to loosen up your lower back. It's very gentle. Let's do two more wherever you're at. And inhale, look forward. Exhale, step forward into a forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And rise up into Tadasana. We're going to come into a modified sun salutation here. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fingers to your mat. Walk them out a couple paces in front of you. Bring your left knee to the mat, right knee to the mat. Walk your hands back. Keep your toes tucked. We're coming into a modified camel pose. So hands on your lower back, fingers pointing down. Inhale to prepare, engage your lower abdominals, tuck your tailbone, and release back. And come back to upright. And all fours, inhale, exhale, push back to downward facing dog. Now you can do a traditional down dog here, or you can use that breath and movement. that we just did previously. We'll stay here for 4 more breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step forward into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And rise up into Tadasana. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fingertips to your mat. Walk your hands out. Left knee to the mat. Right knee to the mat. Inhale to prepare for a modified camel pose. Exhale, release backwards. And hands back to your mat in all fours. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog for 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step forward into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, rise up into Tadasana. One more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk your hands out, knees to the mat. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, release back. Hands to your mat. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog, 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step your right foot forward. And we're going to inhale up to Warrior 1. Squaring your hips to the front of your mat. So we're pulling our right hip back, bringing our left hip forward. Front knee is bent. Bring your hands to meet at your lower back, clasp them together and push your knuckles down towards your mat. Inhale. Exhale, fold over your right knee. You may bring your hands towards the ceiling if this is comfortable for you. Deep breath here. Inhale, rise up into Warrior 1. Exhale, step forward into chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to use your first 2 fingers to wrap around your big toe here in this forward fold position. And we're going to hang out here for a minute, really just releasing our head and neck, releasing our jaw, stretching out our spine. One more deep breath. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back into downward facing dog. 3 breaths. 1, 2, 3. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step forward with your left foot. Inhale, rise up to warrior 1. Shoulders are back and down, away from our ears. Those hips are square to the front of your mat. And bring your hands to your lower back. Clasp them together and push down towards your mat. Inhale. Exhale, fold over your left knee. Option to raise your hands towards the ceiling. Deep breath here. Inhale up to warrior 1. Exhale, step forward into chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Again, using our first 2 fingers to grab onto our big toes, pulling up slightly while we just relax in this forward fold. One more deep breath here. And hands to your mat. Step back into downward facing dog. Two more breaths here. 1, 2, inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, shin parallel to the top of your mat, coming into pigeon pose. Now you can remain upright in this position. You can come to your forearms or blocks, and you may bring your head to your mat, forearms or blocks. We'll stay here for 2 more breaths. 1, 2, inhale, tuck your left toes. Exhale, push back into the 3-legged dog and bring your right foot back to your mat. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, pigeon pose. Now, tension in our head comes from all sorts of different sources. A lot of it obviously is from tension in our neck and shoulders. However, if we're tight in our hips and our lower back, we're also prone to headaches. Our whole body is this amazing system that's all connected. So if we have tension in one place, we're gonna feel it in another place. We'll stay here for 2 more breaths. 1, 2, inhale, tuck your right toes. Exhale, push back into downward facing dog. Bring your knees to your mat. Bring them a little bit wide. We're gonna push back into child's pose. Take a couple of deep breaths here, again, being very intentional to breathe in deeply, feeling your ribs expand, and noticing how your body feels on the exhale, emptying completely. And rise up into an upright position. Walk your hands towards your knees. I'm going to turn to face you guys. If you have a block or bolster or pillow nearby, you can go ahead and grab that. We're gonna come into hero pose. So you can take your block or pillow behind you, between your feet in this kneeling position, and you can come to rest your seat on your support here. We're gonna take a couple breaths here, in through the nose, out through the nose. Long spine here. Lower abdominals are slightly engaged. Shoulders are back and down. And bring your arms out to the side, cactus arms, and bring your right arm, your right elbow underneath your left elbow, and twist your arms around so that your palm meets your fingers. And close your eyes, being mindful of your shoulders, that they are down and away from your ears. Inhale, lift your elbows to wherever is comfortable for you, wherever you're getting that nice stretch. And if you would like here, you can come into a little baby back bend. And slowly release. Bring your hands behind you, clasp them behind you, push down towards your mat, again, like we did previously. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, fold over wherever is comfortable for you. Again, option to lift your hands towards the ceiling. And rise back up into an upright position. Shake it out. Bring your hands or your arms to cactus arms one more time. This time, bring your left elbow underneath your right. Wrap your forearms around until your palm or your fingers meet your palm. Close your eyes. Inhale, lift your elbows. Again, option to come into a little back bend here. Shoulders back and down. You're gonna feel this stretch even more. It'll be more beneficial to you. And release. Again, one more time, bringing your hands clasped to your lower back and pushing down towards your mat. Inhale. Exhale, fold over. Option to lift your hands towards the ceiling and relax your head. And come back up to an upright position. Shake it out. You can remove your block or bolster. We're going to come to all fours one more time. Into cat-cow. Inhale. Drop your belly, lift your tailbone, gaze forward. Exhale. Push your mat away from you. Gaze towards your navel. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. then come back to a seated position on your mat. Going to keep our right knee bent and bring our left foot outside of our right knee. Hug your left knee in. Inhale. Exhale. Twist over or look over to the left, over your left shoulder. Inhale, long spine. Exhale. See if you can deepen your twist. And release. We'll switch sides. Left knee bent. Right foot outside. Inhale. Exhale. Gaze over your right shoulder. And release. We're going to come onto our backs now. However, if you are near a wall, you can go closer to a wall. We're going to do legs up the wall pose. This is where your block, bolster, or pillow will come in handy. One more time. To place right at your sacrum, so this flat part of your tailbone. So once you get your support underneath you, you can adjust, get cozy, and bring your legs up the wall to rest on the wall. You may need to adjust once your legs are up again. Arms out to the side. This is a very beneficial pose for stress. So a lot of our tension and headaches can come from stress. Anytime your feet are above your heart, like in this position, it signals to your central nervous system that you are okay, you are safe, and that you don't need to be in active fight or flight mode. So this is also a great pose to do right before bed or before you knowingly enter a stressful situation. So let's give ourselves a couple more deep breaths here. And you can walk your feet back down. You can roll to the side. Makes it easier sometimes to take your block or bolster out from underneath you. And we're going to do one final stretch on our backs. So if you need to travel back to your mat, now's the time to do that. So bring your feet flat on your mat, knees bent, and then bring the soles of your feet to shine up towards the ceiling. And you can grab the outside of your feet or your ankles and rock back and forth in this happy baby pose. Again, stretching out our hips and lower back. This is going to be beneficial to our entire body and releasing tension all over, increasing blood flow, increasing, communication in our nervous system, which will benefit us and hopefully give us less headaches. And you can bring your knees in for a hug and stretch your legs out into our final resting pose. Arms can be down by your sides, palms facing up, or you can bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Let's get grounded and centered on our mat one more time as we end our practice. Closing our eyes, relaxing into our mat, melting into our mat. Feeling our chest and belly rise on the inhale and empty on the exhale. On the exhale, see if you can empty just a little bit more. See if there's anything you're holding on to. Relax your jaw. Relax your forehead. Shavasana. Begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Bring your awareness back to your mat. Bend your knees and roll to one side, keeping your eyes closed. Push yourself up to a seated position. Bring your hands to heart center. Deep breath. And bring your thumbs to your third eye. The light in me recognizes the light in all of you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks.